Thank you to everyone who joined my LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga stream last night, and thank you specifically for bullying me into hydrating with blue milk. That's right, next time I stream LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on Tuesday at 6 p.m., I will have to hydrate with blue milk. Now, I am lactose intolerant, so I cannot sit on stream for 3 hours chugging down some space dairy, so I need to find an alternative. And the chat was very helpful, offering a bunch of different blue milk alternatives that still look and feel like blue milk. And thanks to the magic of TikTok deleting the first half of this video in my drafts, this is option number 1, a blue lavender fog from Oolong Tea House in Kensington. This is a lavender Earl Grey tea with honey, vanilla, and almond milk. Let's give it a try. Pretty good. There is still a lot of almond milk in this, which makes it pretty heavy. I don't know if it's suitable for stream, but it definitely tastes good. And while I was there, I also picked up option number 2. So follow me here if you want to see me try more blue milks, and follow me on stream if you want to force me to drink them. And if you missed last night's stream, the full video just published, so go check it out and come back for a good time. Thank you to everyone who has joined my LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga stream every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and thank you specifically to those who have bullied me into drinking blue milk. We are moving on to option number 3. What happened to option number 2? Don't worry about it, I'm working on it. Option number 3 is just blue milk. Now, I'm still lactose intolerant, so we're gonna be using almond milk, and milk is also really gross, so I'm using a flavored almond milk. I'm not gonna make a full cup right now. And we have our standard food coloring as well. So let's add that in. I added in 3 or 4 drops. But who's counting? Let's stir this up. All right, it's definitely a blue milk. The vanilla flavoring makes it look a little bit greenish, but it certainly looks like the blue milk from the movie. Let's give it a taste test. Nope, don't like that. I don't like that at all. I normally have almond milk in my coffee, so I thought it would be okay, but it just tastes like almonds. Even with the vanilla flavoring, it just tastes like almonds. That one's gonna be a hard pass for me, so follow me here if you want to see me try more blue milks, and follow me on streaming if you want to force me to drink them. Thank you to everyone who's joined my LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga live streams, and thank you specifically for bullying me into drinking blue milk. This is attempt number 2, butterfly pea tea. My chatter suggested using this to make a deep blue tea, and then turning it into a latte that kind of looks like blue milk. This is also from Oolong Tea House in Kensington, and they said I don't need to use a whole lot. So I'm gonna put 2 small scoops into my cold brew steeper, and I'll let that steep for 6 to 24 hours. Sure. Okay, it's been about 6 hours, and guys, look at this. I have never seen a more blue liquid in my life. Shout out to Lil Taters. They suggested this on chat, and they also tried it this morning and posted it on Instagram. So I'm not going in spoiler free. Let's try it first, and then we'll make it into a latte. Oh, that is good. I expected it to be more flowery like the lavender one from yesterday, but this is definitely not flowery. It tastes more like a black tea. So there we have our blue milk. It still looks like blue milk. Lil Tater said to put just a little bit of milk in there. I think I over poured a bit. But if I let this steep for another 20 hours, it will probably get even darker than this. So let's try it. No, the almond milk is still too overpowering. So I'm gonna let this steep for a little bit longer and try it again. All right, it's been almost 24 hours. This is, I think, as blue as it's gonna get. I'm gonna make a full glass this time just so I can really reduce the amount of milk that I'm using. So, just a teensy tiny bit of milk. And that looks exactly like blue milk. It's even got a cool little sci-fi swirl because I didn't stir it all the way. Pretty good. It just tastes like regular tea, so for flavor, I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit of sugar. Yeah, this is the stuff. And it's butterfly pea tea, so it's also caffeine free, which means I can drink it all stream long and still go to bed. Yeah, this could definitely be a candidate. So follow me here if you want to see me try more blue milks, and follow me on stream if you want to force me to drink them. Don't forget to join me on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, where I'll be playing LEGO Star Wars Episode 2 and hydrating myself with blue milk. These are blue milk suggestions 4 and 5. Take a drink that I already like and make it blue. So I got myself a Starbucks Frappuccino from the dollar store. Let's make it blue. Option 4 is just to put it in a blue bottle. Doesn't look too appetizing, but at least it's got a blue milk label on it. Option number 5 is back to the food coloring. Now the question is, how many drops do I need to add to make the whole thing blue? More than 3. More than 10, though this would make a good green milk. About 15 drops and the color's not changing anymore. The other option is just to put the blue liquid into the blue bottle. Still not that blue. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a lesson. But hey, at least I got a cool bottle out of it. And if you missed episode 1, the VOD is posted on the YouTubes, so you can catch up on all the fun. For those of you following along at home, this is attempt number 6 of making blue milk. This is a white hot chocolate from Tim Hortons with 4 drops of blue food coloring. Ooh. Pretty blue so far. It looks blue, it looks milk. Let's give it a try. Disgusting. It's a white hot chocolate. It tastes like white chocolate. I don't think I've had one of these in like a decade, but for some reason, Tim still serves it. Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of Blue Milk, the series where I tried to make blue milk from Star Wars, but make it actually taste good. So far, our most successful recipe is butterfly pea tea. It makes a very vibrant blue tea, add a little bit of milk, and it looks like blue milk from Star Wars, but it tastes really good. Chunks and Taters from the chat have suggested using this tea as a base to make a blue masala chai. So I'm gonna try that now. I'm gonna start with our pot and our water, and I'm just gonna add in some tea. That should be enough. While it's heating up, I'm just gonna stir it a little bit, get it nice and submerged. You can already see it starting to turn blue. This is my mom's recipe, so if you're a chai person and you have a problem with this, take it up with my mom. And just throw in a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of cloves, and then we got some, what are these called again? Not elchi. I promise I speak English. Cardamom. I'm just gonna crack up some cardamom and throw it in. Get a couple more of those. Remember, they're smashed before I put them in. Typical brown mom recipe, no names of ingredients, no measurements, just put a little bit of this in. Hold on, do I have other things I can put in here? What's this? Oh, God, no. No. Maybe. None of these are labeled, by the way. Like, what's G? What's GM? And while that's boiling, I gotta turn on my hydration checks and get ready for stream. Now that this is boiling a little bit, I'm just gonna add some sugar. Bring it back to a little bit of a boil, and we'll add some milk. And we're back to a boil. That means we're done. I've got my Star Warsiest cup, and I don't have a strainer, so I'm gonna use this tea infuser. I'm not aerating it properly because I do not trust myself. Here we go. So blue. There we have it, a bright blue chai. Let's see how it tastes. It's very hot. Okay, this is actually pretty good. You can definitely taste the spices in this. So calling all the brown Star Wars characters, all 4 of you. Let's see, we got Bodhi Rook, Cinta Kaz, Queen Jamelia, and Deepa Balaba. That's it. Anyway, this turned out really good. I think next time I'm going to use a little bit more spice. Not that kind of spice. May the Force be with you. Welcome to episode 8 of Blue Milk, the show where we try to make blue milk from Star Wars, but make it actually taste good. On episode 7, Amy left a comment saying, "This is like the Bantha chai from the Galaxy's Edge cookbook." The Galaxy's Edge what now? So apparently, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has an official Blackspire Outpost cookbook, and in there is a recipe for blue chai. So let's chai it out Oh, that was bad. For this recipe, we will need 2 cups of rice milk or milk of your choice. I'm gonna use almond, but the blue and green milks in Galaxy's Edge actually use rice milk. We're also gonna need 2 teaspoons of arrowroot powder for thickening, butterfly pea tea, same thing that we've been using in the last few videos, freshly sliced ginger root, some cardamom and some mace, and some sugar to taste. So we're gonna start by measuring out our milk. Guess who has 2 thumbs and no liquid measuring cup? This guy. We're just gonna dump this into a saucepan and chew. Next is gonna be our arrowroot powder. Just 2 teaspoons of this. And we're gonna whisk them together. We're not gonna whisk them together. I don't have a regular whisk, and the electric whisk is a little bit too powerful. There is milk all over my kitchen now. So I'm just gonna whisk it by hand using the electric whisk. We're gonna put this milk and arrowroot powder over medium-low heat. As that's going, we're gonna prepare the rest of our ingredients. It says a pinch of ground cardamom and ground mace, so I'm just gonna use 1 little squid thing of mace, maybe 2 cardamoms. I like it freshly ground, so I'm gonna grind it myself. Ooh, that smells really good so far. That's pretty ground, so we'll leave it off to the side and add it into the tea with everything else. Next is some thinly sliced ginger. I'm just gonna break off a chunk of it and thinly slice. That should be enough. Now the recipe calls for 1 tea bag of butterfly pea tea, but I don't really have tea bags, so I'm just gonna use this tea scoop and hope that I get more or less the right amount. Maybe 2 scoops, because it's really floury. Now, we're gonna add all of our ingredients into the milk and mix it up. I'm gonna use my lightsaber spatula to mix everything up. I completely forgot about the sugar, so we're just gonna add 1 to 2 teaspoons for taste. Now, it's been 5 minutes, and the recipe says to steep for about 5 minutes until it is blue and smells like spices. You can kind of see the blue color starting to come in, so we'll just keep it on a little bit longer. All right, about 10 minutes of steeping, and that kind of looks like the picture. Time to strain and serve. All right, so after letting it cool down, I finally have my blue chai. Let's give it a try. It's a very thick, milky beverage. I think that's what the arrowroot powder is for. You can definitely taste the tea and the spices, but it's very, very creamy. I may play around with how much of each spice I used. I think I can go for a little bit more tea and a little bit less ginger next time. The cookbook describes each sip as gentle and calm, and I think I'll have to agree with that. It's definitely not an exciting drink, probably better for slow sipping on a quiet afternoon. And there you have it, Blue Milk number 8 is a success. Welcome to Blue Milk episode 9. On the last 2 videos, our friend Sandeep Singh Choha left a lot of tips and ingredients to try next time. So let's give it a shot. We're gonna start by dry roasting our spices. So we'll put our spices in here, then roast it on medium-low heat. We've got cinnamon, some cardamom, cloves, peppercorns, and some fennel seeds. Now that we have our spices in a pan, we're gonna just roast them on medium-low heat. We're just gonna keep them there for about 5 minutes until they start to smell good. So the spices are looking darker now, and it's smelling really good. All right, let's grind them up. Aside from the cinnamon, everything is pretty much ground, so let's add it to our water. And again, we're using butterfly pea tea, so let's add this to our water too. We've got all of our ingredients in there. We're just gonna bring it to a boil and then add in our milk. Keep forgetting to add sugar, so here's just a little bit of sugar to taste. And we're gonna add in our milk. Oops, I accidentally have a job. But I put it in a thermos and it's still warm, so let's try it out. Sandeep also said to top it with raisins or almonds, so let's try almonds. And there you have it, blue chai. Let's give it a test. Really good. A lot of different flavors in there. This is definitely stronger than the last 2 that we've made. I think dry roasting the spices really made a difference. Also, if you're a chai fan, check out the link in my bio. I have a bunch of chai and blue chai related merch that you can get, including blue milk mugs and tumblers, or stickers that you can put on mugs that you already have, and a cool warm chai design that you can get on a sticker or a sweater. I also just released 2 new designs that say, "Chaiing my best" in English and Arabic. So, check them out.